Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Concepts of Commerce, your virtual learning platform, जहां पर हम डिस्कस करते हैं कॉमर्स से रिलेटेड सभी टॉपिक्स, बी इट फ्रॉम माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स, मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स, फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट, अकाउंटेंसी, मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग एंड मेनी मोर। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है फ्रॉम बिजनेस अकाउंटिंग, दैट इज स्टेप्स इन राइटिंग जर्नल एंट्री, जिसमें स्टेप्स से पहले आई एम गोइंग टू इंक्लूड मीनिंग ऑफ जर्नल एंट्री, मीनिंग ऑफ जर्नल बुक, functions of journal book, advantages of journal, format of journal, and then we will proceed to the steps of writing journal entry. So आज का टॉपिक शुरू करने से पहले I would request all of you that if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel so that the community posts that I make, which includes multiple choice questions for your quick revision, will be visible to you all. जो कि आपको बहुत हेल्प करने वाले हैं आपकी क्विक रिवीजन के लिए जब आप एक टॉपिक कर लेते हैं. So once you subscribe to the channel, all such questions will be available to you, will be visible to you, and it will help you a lot in quick revision of all the concepts that we do in the channel. So चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज का वीडियो. So now first of all, what is journal and where does the word comes from? So journal में jour word, that is J-O-U-R, comes from a French word that means day. So journal book में day to day entries record की जाती हैं, day to day transactions record की जाती हैं of any business organization. So journal book is basically like a diary for any business organization, जिसमें जैसे जैसे transactions होती जाती हैं उसमें record की जाती हैं, and this recording is done in a chronological order, that means day wise. For example, 25th मार्च को जो ट्रांजैक्शन होंगी सभी ट्रांजैक्शन एक साथ रिकॉर्ड की जाएंगी, irrespective of the account or irrespective of the nature of account that we are dealing in. जर्नल बुक को बुक ऑफ ओरिजिनल एंट्री और फर्स्ट एंट्री भी कहा जाता है, बिकॉज सबसे पहले कोई भी बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शन, नॉट टू फॉरगेट हियर, ओनली ऑफ मॉनेटरी नेचर इज रिकॉर्डेड इन जर्नल. और ये हम सभी जानते हैं जो ट्रांजैक्शंस मॉनेटरी नेचर के नहीं होते हैं, दैट मीन्स जिन ट्रांजैक्शंस को मनी फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस नहीं किया जा सकता, उन ट्रांजैक्शंस को हम अपने बिजनेस अकाउंट्स में रिकॉर्ड नहीं करते हैं. सो दैट इज वन अ वेरी बिग लिमिटेशन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग ऑल्सो, कि जिन ट्रांजैक्शंस को आप मनी फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते, क्वांटिटेटिव फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते, उन्हें आप बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड नहीं करेंगे, चाहे वो बिजनेस के लिए कितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट हो. नाउ लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट द फंक्शंस दैट जर्नल बुक प्रोवाइड्स. One important function that journal book performs in business accounts is analytical function. That means every transaction, or we can say every monetary transaction, is analyzed into debit and credit. And also, how is it going to impact the business organization? So a lot of analysis is involved when one transaction is recorded in journal books. It is properly analyzed what accounts are involved in the transaction, which account is to be debited, which account is to be credited, what is there in the transaction that is not written in explicit form but has to be mentioned in the transaction. Like if we are fully settling any account but we are paying less than the amount due, then we have to suppose that we have got the cash discount in between. So a lot of analysis goes into when we are recording one transaction into the journal books. Recording function. So journal book performs a recording function for a business organization also. Like we all know that accounting is the language of business firms or of the business. So all the monetary transactions are recorded in journal books after complete analysis following accounting principles and with a narration at the end that completely summarizes that what is happening in the given transaction. Historical function. Like we all know that financial accounting is historical in nature. So that means what has happened in the past is recorded in the books of accounts. So journal book, being the book of original entry or prime entry, is the place where the transactions are recorded first. And these past transactions are used for future reference, for future decision making, for future analysis of business statements. So hence we can say the three important functions that is performed by journal book in any business organizations are: number one, analytical function; number two, historical; and number three, recording function. Now coming to advantages of journal book. First of all, chances of errors are minimized. Why does that happen? Because journal book में हम लोग daily transactions को record करते हैं as and when it is happening. So साथ साथ सभी monetary transactions journal book में record की जाती हैं. So that is why there are very less chances of any transaction being ignored or not recorded in the books of accounts. Transactions that are recorded in journal book are self-explanatory because जब हम transaction को record करते हैं journal book में, it has a narration with it also. So that narration helps to clearly explain what was the transaction about. क्या account fully settle हो गया है? क्या हमें कोई discount मिला था? All such information is provided in the narration. Helps in preparation of ledger. So journal entry हमें ledger accounts बनाने में भी help करती है. अगर journal book नहीं होगी, it will be very difficult for the business organization to make the ledger books also. Because journal books are the source document for the ledger account. अगर हम journal book नहीं बनाएंगे, अगर हम directly ledger book में transaction को post करना चाहेंगे, it can be very much possible कि हम लोग mistake कर सकते हैं. Because with one transaction, a number of ledger accounts are impacted. So preparation of ledger books become very easy because we have journal books and all the transactions are recorded there in chronological order. So since transactions are recorded date wise, chronological हम लोग transactions को record करते हैं journal book में, the chances of manipulations are very much minimized. किसी भी accountant के लिए manipulations करना account में possible नहीं हो पाएगा because transactions already date wise recorded हैं. बीच में जाकर कोई transaction को डालना, it becomes very difficult for the accountant to do any kind of manipulations. So that is why the chances of manipulations are also minimized if we record the transactions in journal books. Journal books provide all the information at one place. अगर हमें किसी particular day की transaction देखनी है, so we can directly go to the journal book because वहां पर हमें सभी information एक साथ मिल जाएगी. कौन सा account debit किया गया था, कौन सा account credit किया गया था. Together with the narration, it gives complete understanding. It gives complete information at one place, which thereby reduces the time of the accountant and the management also. So since we have narrations available in the journal book, it becomes very easy for the auditor to audit the accounts also. We can say journal book helps us in auditing also. If there is any mistake in ledger account, we can easily go back to the journal book. We can match the entries and we can rectify the accounts. So rectifying any mistake that is made in the ledger books is very easy if we have journal books available with us. So in the format, we need to have one column for the date. Next will be for the particulars where the journal entry will be written. Next, LF column. LF stands for ledger folio. So what is the use of this column? Here we write the page number of the ledger book where this particular entry will be posted. After that, one column for amount to be debited and lastly one column for the amount to be credited. So step 1, first of all, we need to ascertain or we need to find out the accounts involved in the transaction given. For example, the transaction I have taken here is interest received in cash. So we can ascertain what accounts are involved here. The accounts that are involved in this particular transaction are number 1, interest account, and secondly, cash account. Next is to ascertain the nature of accounts. So as we all know, interest is a nominal account and cash comes under the category of real account. So nature of interest account is nominal account and that of cash account is real account. Now this is a very important step where we will ascertain which accounts is to be debited and which account is to be credited depending on the nature of accounts. In the previous step, we ascertained that interest is a nominal account, and rule for nominal account, as we all know, is debit all expenses and losses, credit all gains and income. So here we know interest is coming into the company. It is received by the organization. So that means it is a income. So according to the rule of nominal account, interest being an income will be credited. In the same manner, we ascertained in the previous step, in step number 2, that cash comes under real account. And rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here cash is coming into the organization, hence it will be debited. Now finally, we can pass the journal entry in the journal book. In the first column, we can write the date as given. In the next column, we can write the journal entry. We know the cash account is to be debited, so cash account debited. LF we can leave blank here because we don't have any ledger folio number for the reference. Next, amount debited, we can write the amount to be debited, that will be given in the question. Next, come to the credit part. So cash account debited to interest account. And in the corresponding right hand side column where amount credit is to be written, we can write the amount to be credited. And we can complete the transaction by writing narration at the end. For, or you can start with being, interest received in cash. And lastly, draw one line at the end and it completes your one journal entry.